Hiya! Hiya, everyone! I'm Derpy. But I think you already know that. What am I supposed to be doing again? You're supposed to be telling the audience how you met Kevin. Kevin? The crane? Oh, yeah, Kevin! Well, look, folks, Derpy's having a hard time remember how she got to Sodor in the first place. So, I can't really come on screen because I'm not really allowed to. Well, I'll just tell you from off screen. Derpy was brought to Sodor by Rainbow Dash. She came there for a few days, but never really found herself someone to occupy herself with. So, one morning, she wandered off to Sodor all by herself. Oh, wait, I remember all that now. Okay, then you go on, Derpy. Okay, that one morning, I came to this very, very large building. It said, the Sodor Steamworks. And in there were two things. One was a little red steam engine, another was a little yellow crane with wheels. I've never seen a crane with wheels before. I wandered closer to them, but they were sleeping. I decided to watch from a distance so I wouldn't be seen. Then I heard a woo-woo! I looked out the window from a roof beam, and there was a big silver blur going by. The yellow crane and the red engine woke up. The yellow crane said, "What was that noise, boss?" And the red engine answered with, "It's Spencer. I'd know that snooty sound from anywhere." Now, I already knew that the steam engines could talk, and the diesels, but I never expected the crane to talk. But then again, he did have a face. So, I stayed in hiding, as earlier that day they went to work. Kevin dropped, the little yellow crane dropped something, and the red engine closed his eyes in annoyance. "Kevin," he said. "Sorry, boss," said the little yellow crane. "Slip of the hook." Kevin, I thought to myself. I like that name. So, when he went outside, I decided to go introduce myself. I liked him already. I wonder if he had seen a pony already. He probably have, since Twilight, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, Applejack, and all the other ponies must have met him. All the others, you know. So, he went outside, and I followed him. And I landed on the ground, just in time for Kevin to turn around and see me. He gasped. "Heaving hooks!" he cried. "A pony!" He rolled over to me, and of course I just stared at him. So I was the first to speak. "Hiya," I said. "My name is Derpy. And you must be Kevin." "I am," said Kevin. "I've never seen a pony like you before. And how did you know my name?" "I've been watching you," I said proudly. "I come from Equestria?" said Kevin. I was surprised. "How did you know?" I asked. "Oh, well," started Kevin. "A purple unicorn named Twilight told me all about the place. And Thomas is her favorite engine. They've been having ponies come here and help out with all the work. I guess things will be much better with ponies. I hear they're magical. But I never thought I'd see one right in front of me. Well, I guess this is a first, I said happily. How would you like to have me as your pony? I'll have to ask Victor first, said Kevin. Who's Victor? I asked. He's my boss. Come with me and I'll introduce you to him. So, I flew in after him. But as I did, I bumped into a pole. Ow! I said. Whoops, said Kevin. Are you okay? I'm fine, I said. Kevin? Said the little red engine. Who are you talking to? A new friend of mine, Kevin said, and I stood up. When Victor saw me, his eyes widened. Fizzling fireboxes, he said. It's one of those magical ponies. Where did you find her? She was watching us, Kevin said. Her name is Derpy. Victor looked at me and gave a weird look. I can see why they call her that. I know what he was talking about, 'cause everyone knows me by my eyes. But I don't mind. Anywho, I told him that I liked Kevin already and I'd like to be his pony helper. Well, said Victor, I'll have to see how useful you can be first. And if Kevin will help you, then I'll see to it that you two can be partners. I was happy. Yay! I said. We're gonna be good friends, Kevin. I hope so, said Kevin. We both looked at each other happily. Later that day, 2 more engines came in. Well, wait, before that, let me help you out, Derpy. Okay, off-screen creature. Alright, guys, listen. Okay, throughout that day, Derpy and Kevin were working together. And all the while, Derpy was being rather, well, clumsy. And Kevin, too. Though they did help each other out some, it helped a lot. And, well, Victor was seeing that Derpy can be very useful, but can be a little clumsy like Kevin. And he had already decided that he wanted her as Kevin's pony. He just wondered when the time would come for him to tell her that. Oh, I think I remember now. Yeah, 2 more engines came. Kevin explained to me that the little blue engine's name was Thomas, and the big silver, engine was named Spencer. The big silver engine didn't look very nice. He looked mean. As me and Kevin hurried over there, Kevin actually accidentally dropped some things. And I bumped into him, making him drop even more things. Oops, sorry. That's alright, Derpy, said Kevin. Kevin turned his attention back to Spencer and said, Hello, Spencer. Would you like a helping hook? Oh, if you could have seen Spencer's face, he was furious. No, I don't!" he shouted. "Stop that din!" Kevin was taken aback. Then he looked very, very sad. I was too busy looking at Kevin to listen to what Victor was saying. He looked very sad. Then he rolled away. I flew after him. "Who are you, Kevin?" I said. "You can't help the fact that you drop things, just like I can't help the fact that I always bump into things." Kevin smiled a little. "You're right, Derpy," he said. "I'm glad to have you as my friend." "I'm lucky to have you as my friend too, Kevin," I said happily. "But forgive me for asking this," he asked, "but why are your eyes so, crooked?" "They've always been like this," I said. "From the time I was a little filly to now, I've always been wall-eyed." "Well, that makes you stand out from the rest, doesn't it?" Kevin said. "I think that makes you special." "Really?" I said. "Yes. You're clumsy, I'm clumsy. I guess that makes us really good friends indeed." I smiled at him and he smiled back. We were best friends already. So yes, the next day, me and Kevin talked. I told him about Equestria that Twilight didn't tell him. He was very occupied when suddenly we heard a very strange noise. It sounded like it was coming outside. We went outside, and there was Spencer. He looked very, very embarrassed. We recently found out that he was... Oh, I can't remember what happened. Wait, he ran out of water, that's what. So, Kevin offered to get him some water, even after the way Spencer treated him yesterday. I was happy too. At least Spencer wasn't mean to him. So we brought him some water. "And I never did ask you," said Spencer, "who this pony friend of yours is." "This is Derpy, my new pony friend," Kevin said proudly, and I smiled the biggest smile I could. "Well, Derpy, what a rather interesting name you have, if not so ironic." "No offense," he said. "It's all right. I don't take anything to offense." And I smiled again. Spencer tried to smile. And so after that, Spencer wasn't mean to Kevin anymore. In fact, they became pretty good friends. After that, when Spencer visited the Steamworks, he was always nice to Kevin. That's all I can remember. I hope you enjoyed my story. I like Kevin a lot. He's been my favorite. Well, this is Derpy saying goodbye, YouTube. And hopefully you'll see more of me in Season 5.